That just happened. No matter how well you organize yourself, challenges will always show up. And that's why today we are going to be sharing with you some of the challenges we faced while building Ayoko Stack 8. From the outside, construction might look exciting and straightforward, but that's not the reality, especially if you're building something new in a real community with real problems. The first challenge we had was the road access. As you can see, this road is very narrow and it was very hard for the trucks to get in. At some point, facilities were destroyed and we had to pay the costs. Another challenge we faced was the crane and containers not arriving on time. So that means the crane had to wait overnight, and when it comes to crane, time is money. So we had to pay extra for the crane waiting for the container to arrive the next day. One of the biggest surprises was right under our feet. The land was filled with illegal pipe connections. Pipes kept bursting one after the other, flooding the site and damaging the foundation. One of the major challenges we faced was the electrical cables. The electrical cables were in the way, so we had to call the ECG to come and help us put down the poles, stack the containers, and then put it back up. And in that period, our neighbors were not having lights, so shout out to our neighbors for their patience. Amazing! Another challenge we had was the neighborhood realities. We had situations where neighboring structures and canopies encroached into our space, which required a lot of conversations and coordination. When you build in a real community, you're not building in isolation, and our neighbors are our friends. Some of the additional challenges are things no one warns you about. For example, the weather. When the weather changes, the timeline changes too. Materials arriving late or not as specified. These are things that don't show up in drawings, but they shape the build. But here's the thing, challenges don't mean failure. It means you're building something real. Every obstacle forces better decision, stronger planning, and more respect for the process. Welcome back to another wonderful week here at Ayoko Stack 8. Today we'll be talking to our project manager to highlight more on the challenges I've spoken about last week on this project. So let's dive into it.
My name is Maurice Kosi Owusu. Today I would like to talk a little bit more on the challenges our host highlighted on earlier. In the beginning we had a few challenges. Most of them were expected, but just a few came across a little bit surprising. We faced a lot more difficulty in the transportation stage because of the narrow nature of the road in the community. So we had a few cars finding it very difficult to get the containers onto the site before we stack them. So after we managed to get the containers onto the site, we go to the stacking stage. And there too we had a little difficulty with the power lines running overhead. So we had to contact the ECG to put the power out and come drop a few lines for us. It was rather inconvenient because the neighborhood was not happy, but we had to talk to them for them to agree with us for a few hours. And gladly they obliged, and ECG dropped the cables for us, and finally we were able to stack the containers in the manner we needed them for the project. During demolition, we had problems with pipelines running across the property. So we had to redirect a lot of pipes. So we had to contact the necessary authorities to assist us with a redirection to avoid unnecessary flooding. And gladly, we had it perfectly done. After all said and done, for anyone who decides to embark on a project like our own, I would advise you engage experts. Right from demolition stage, transportation, onto stacking of the containers, you need experts' advice just to avoid unnecessary challenges and setbacks. In spite of the challenges we faced during the beginning of the project, at this stage we are now, it is evident and obvious that Ayoko Stack 8 is going to be a landmark on the map of Accra. So I hope you tag along so you may be a part of our story.
So guys, you've heard it straight from our project manager's mouth about all the challenges we faced and how we were able to fix them. So until next time, we'll bring more updates for you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave your questions in the comment section below, and we're going to answer everything you want to know. And I will see you guys on the next update. Bye for now.